Hey guys, what's going on? It's Eli, back with another review video, part 3, the third and final part of my review of Hawkeye, the last two episodes. Episodes 5, Ronin, and episode 6, So This Is Christmas. So this is Christmas? With a question mark. So episode 5, this is where after the events of episode 4, because, we still get, say, the appearance of Natasha's sister. Who was it again? How do you pronounce the name? Yelna? I think I got that right, yeah. In that episode, Ronin, it's just people talking. Like, there's a little bit of action, like, that whole entire sequence with Kate and Yelna just talking, and talking about Clint, and Yelena is going to kill Clint because it has to do something with her sister, Natasha / Black Widow. Hawkeye, who is coming face to face with Echo, the deaf girl, and also with Kate's mother, Eleanor, and also at one point Derek Bishop, the fiance of Eleanor, like, he got arrested, and yeah, I thought the episode was not that bad, and especially because, man, Kate and Yelena, they were so good together, and, like, they would be perfect as besties, there you go. And also, near the end of that episode, we get a tease of Kingpin. Yes, that's awesome. Kingpin, who we get in this show, and most notably, of course, for the 6th and final episode. And I just love when, after they reveal Kingpin, the song that plays during the credits this time is "You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch," and Thurl Ravenscroft's voice. It's that song. Perfect. That's perfect. And, of course, we come to episode 6. So this is Christmas, the 1-hour final episode. And I think, from what I can tell, I asked my mom about this, because I think apparently there was supposed to be 3 more episodes, like 7 and 8, but yeah, and my mom told me that she can tell that there's at one point where you can tell that, the next episode would start. You get my point. But I don't know, like, I really couldn't tell, because as I record this, I did finish and watched episode 6, but I couldn't really tell. I really couldn't, like, where it was where, yeah, like, oh, that's where the next episode starts. I couldn't tell. I really couldn't tell, to be honest. I would assume because with them combining it into 1 hour is because, well, maybe because they wanted to finish the show up and for the Book of Boba Fett to enter. Because, yeah, the Book of Boba Fett's starting on Wednesdays. So, after Hawkeye being on Wednesdays, then the Book of Boba Fett would come in and be released on Wednesdays. So there you go. But So This Is Christmas was great because this was the final confrontation, and Kate and Clint and those medieval people, because of that medieval event, because they helped Clint and Kate, they were pretty good in this episode. And because what happened in episode 5, we find out that, it's Eleanor who is, kind of like working alongside with Kingpin, and it was never Derek, so Derek was the innocent one. And yeah, you could really tell, especially when he joins in and fighting the bad guys with the sword he has. And let me tell you, Kingpin, the return of Vincent D'Onofrio, man, it was great seeing him again as Kingpin. It was great, because I think I've heard that at times I think if I recall, he expressed interest in reprising the role of Kingpin in the MCU Spider-Man films. And I don't see why not, because Kingpin is not only Daredevil's enemy, but also Spider-Man's enemy. But I guess as of now, he's also an enemy of Hawkeye, I want to say. I don't know, I'll have to check and see the history and the comics, I do not recall. But, yeah, and so everything was great about this episode, and still, like when Kate and Yelena were on screen, and just, yeah, at one point, Kate, like, smacks her in the face. That was on the elevator. That was funny. And, yeah, Yelena trying to still kill Clint, and even up to the point when that ice skating ring, and when, at one point, Clint is stuck in the Christmas tree, the big Christmas tree, and there's an owl in the Christmas tree. I remember that. Kate helps Clint get out of there by you know, cutting the tree, and like, I love the line she says, timber, and it's funny. And that epic fight between Kate, Clint with the bad guys, that was amazing. And the arrows they have from inflatable, ice, explosion, and the technology for, like, say, Ant-Man, you know, shrinking, and the owl grabs the truck, you know, that shrunk, that is funny, you know. I'm trying to remember what else. Oh yeah, because, like, the confrontation between Yelena and Clint is telling her the truth, and us audience know that too, of what happened with Natasha. She sacrificed herself, but Yelena is just calling Clint a liar. When I was watching it, I'm just like, bull crap, like, no, he's not lying, give me a break. Oy. Maybe because, like, she's just filled with so much she's upset and anger, you name it, and Kate fighting Kingpin. That was awesome. And even at one point, Eleanor drives the car, ramming Kingpin into the Christmas store. And I just like that part where, like, Kingpin says, "You're really starting to annoy me." Yet he says that to Clint. And Echo and her brother, there's a little fight between them. Like, I think Echo is kind of redeemed, while her brother, Kazi, if I'm saying that right, is not redeemed. Just, yeah, I need to kind of go back and look at that. But at one point, Kazi kills himself, like, ingests, am I saying that right? Ingesting something in him, just, yeah, and he dies. Kingpin is defeated, like, you know, because Kate, like, sets off a bomb or something, you know, an explosive device. And Kingpin even at one point escapes when the police try to search for him. Eleanor is arrested, and that dialogue that Eleanor says, you know, a mother's being arrested on Christmas. Well, you do, so, you know, and I hope that, you know, that taught Eleanor a lesson, you know. Yeah, so that was an interesting twist, you know. It was the mother that was kind of, like, behind all this, and it wasn't, like, say, the dude, you know, like, it wasn't Derek. So he was the innocent. It kind of reminds me of, say, the Maleficent sequel, where you think it's the king who's the bad guy, but no, it's the queen. So, yeah. Anyways, and the epilogue, like, okay, Yelena finally is settled down, and, like, even when Clint does that whistle, that obviously I assume that's in the Black Widow movie, like this special kind of whistle that Natasha did and blah, 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 and Clint knows how the whistle goes. And, of course, Yelena finally believes Clint, and, you know, like, even they say that they miss her and blah, 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 and everything's okay between them. And, again, the epilogue where Kate and Clint, they go home for the holidays, like, Kate joins Clint to his family's house, she meets his family, and at the very end, they burn the Ronin suit. And I think at that point, because, yeah, Kate becomes an Avenger, and, like, Kate coming up with a name for her, like, you know, her hero name, and like, even right before the credits roll, like, Clint says, I have an idea, and boom, the credits roll. And, yep, until we see Clint and Kate again, I can't wait to see what they're gonna be in next. So, yeah, whether it's going to be something on Disney Plus of Marvel or a movie, we'll just have to wait and see. And the end credit scene, which, of course, being the Steve Rogers musical. What a way for that to be the end credit scene. And this time, you know, the music that plays during the credits is not Christmas. It's just like regular MCU kind of heroic music. But, yeah, but with all that being said, Hawkeye, it was amazing. I really enjoyed it. The characters were great. The action and the emotion and funny stuff were great. And as for, like, say, the dog, well, there was nothing really to the dog. Like, he was just there, and, like, because he had one eye shut, like, we thought that maybe he would be connected to something, but probably not. I don't know. And I give Hawkeye 10 out of 10 stars, for sure. It was great, and, you know, because even though that, sadly, this is only a mini-series, yeah, but again, as I said, until we see both Kate and Clint again, I don't think we've seen the last of Clint, that's for sure. So, you guys let me know what you think of Hawkeye, what you thought of my review. Yeah, and again, I give this 10 out of 10. Like, Season 1 was fantastic. So, with that being said, Part 3 is the third and final part of my review of Hawkeye. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed my review of Hawkeye. Give this review a like and leave a comment as always, and I'll see you guys in the next video/review. Take care, peace out, and Avengers assemble.